Hey boys and girls, it's Mrs. Daly coming on to do your reading lesson for today. Like I said yesterday, we are going to do a nonfiction article. I did not realize what day it was. It's April Fool's Day, April the 1st, which means our lessons have switched over. So I'm going to do our nonfiction article from from March, because we didn't get a chance to do that together. I know I had it on your account, but we didn't get to do it together. So I'm gonna do that one today. I'll do the other March nonfiction article tomorrow, and then next week we'll start with your April activities. But on your individual accounts, you will already have your April activities ready. So you won't be able to go on your account and do these questions on your own, but you can definitely watch the video and do them with Ms. Daly, okay? So let me share my screen so that we can read our story together. And it's not a story, it's an article today. So we're going to read our article together, and then we are going to answer some comprehension questions. So before I get started with my reading, I want to make sure we remember what good listeners look like. So let's remind ourselves what good listeners look like. Our ears are open, our mouths are closed, and our eyes are going to be on the story, okay? On the nonfiction article. So our article today is called Sound All Around, and you can see this picture is one of our vocabulary words for this month that we had, and that word was sound. So here is our nonfiction article. It is about a science topic, because this month we were working on science for sounds. So we will start reading together. Sound is all around. An alarm clock makes a sound when it is time to wake up. The bus makes sounds when it drives down the street. The school bell makes a sound when it is time for class to start. What is sound? Okay, so these are all different examples of kinds of sounds. What sense do we use to listen to sounds? We have 5 senses. Which sense do we use to listen to sound? Yeah, we use our sense of hearing, right? We use our ears to listen to sounds. And what is a sound? I'm not really sure. So I'm going to go to the next page and see if my article can give me some more information about what a sound is. This picture was also one of our vocabulary words. Does anybody remember what vocabulary word that picture is showing us? Yeah, that's the vocabulary word for vibrate. So when your moms and dads have their phone and it makes that shaking noise, that's called vibrate. So this paragraph says, sound is a type of energy. We can't see it with our eyes, but we can hear it with our ears. Sound is made when an object vibrates. Vibrate means to move back and forth very fast. So take a minute and see if you can vibrate your body. If you want to vibrate your body, you're going to move really fast side to side. And it kind of looks like this picture with the waves, okay? We cannot see vibrating usually, but you can hear it. Now you can see when your parent's phone vibrates, you can see the phone move, but you can't see the sound that the vibration makes, okay? This next picture, we have 2 of our vocabulary words. The first one was sound, and then what is this underneath the sound picture? What is this going back and forth? Does anybody remember what word that was? Yeah, that was the word wave. So this is a sound wave, okay? When an object vibrates, it makes everything around it vibrate too. The vibrations spread out in all directions. They travel in waves. These waves are called sound waves. So we can't see this, but when you hear a noise, it's a wave coming into your ear for you to hear that sound, and it's called a sound wave. Sound waves travel through air, but sound waves can travel through solids, liquids, and other gases too. When sound waves travel to our ears, we hear a sound, okay? So the sound waves can come through the air, but if you're underwater, you can hear a whale singing, because when he sings, the sound waves from his mouth come through the water and all the way to your ears, okay? There are many different types of sounds. Sounds can be loud or quiet. The sound of a siren is loud. So think about a fire truck siren. How loud is that? It's really, really loud, right? Because they want to make sure everybody can hear them coming so that they get out of the way to be safe. The purr of a kitten is quiet. So if you hear a kitten purring, it's usually really, really, really soft, right? So loud and quiet are opposites that we talked about last week. Well, last time we were in class. Sorry, Miss Daly has lost track of all time. Loud and quiet are two different types of noises that we could hear from a sound, okay? It could be a loud sound or it could be a quiet sound. All right. Sounds can be high or low. So those are also opposites we talked about last time we did our reading article in class. So the squeak of a mouse is very high, and that just means that it sounds really high like this, okay? The rumble of thunder is low, so it makes a noise like this, okay? So you have a high and a low. Don't laugh at Miss Daly's crazy voices. I just want to make sure that you can hear the difference between high and low, because in high and low, when we're talking about an object, we can say an object is high in the air or low. That's different from what a sound sounds like, okay? Sound is important. Sound helps us know what is happening around us. Sound helps us communicate with each other. Listen, what do you hear right now? So if I were to close my mouth and just open my ears and listen, what do you hear right now? What noise are you hearing? I want you to turn to whoever you're watching the video with and tell them, what kind of noise are you hearing? Great job. So in Miss Daly's house, if I were really quiet and I listen, I can hear Mr. Brian talking on the phone in the living room, and I can hear Eric and Ella in their room playing. Those are noises that I can hear, okay? You did a great job listening to the article. So our activity for today is just to answer some comprehension questions. And if we need to, we can go back in our article to find our answer, which is always a good idea, right? That's what good readers do. They go back and they find their answer. So here is my first question of the day. We hear many blank every day. So I'm going to click on this so I can see my options. I have the word energy, which we talked about energy in class before, which is just energy is a way to get power to something. So the sun gives energy to plants to help them grow. It's just a way to give them more power to grow, okay? The next word is waves, which we talked about. The sound moves in waves. Then we have the word vibrate, which is, remember when we moved our body, vibrate. Whoops, sorry. Next, we have the word sound, which is what we hear. And then the last picture is pointing to the part of our body that we use to listen to sound. What part of our body do we use? Yeah, our ears, okay? So those are our choices. So let's think. We hear many blank every day. Well, I don't think you can hear energy, so that's not a good choice. I know that sound waves move, or sound moves in waves. So maybe I can hear vibrating. I can't hear my ears. I use my ears to hear, but I can't hear with them. So I think I'm stuck between these three in the middle: waves, vibrates, and sounds. So what I want to do is I'm going to go back to my article. And I'm going to start at the beginning, and I'm just going to look at the title and see if that helps me. So the title says sound all around. So if I think back to my article, the whole thing, what was the main idea? The whole thing was talking about different sounds and how we hear them, right? That's what I remember. Is that what you guys remember? So it says sound is all around. So I think, whoops. Sorry guys, Miss Daly's getting used to this. So I think if I look at my choices, we hear many blank every day. What are you guys thinking? What do you think is a good choice for this question? Yeah, I think sounds is probably my best choice because the whole article was talking about different sounds that we hear. So let's see how that works. Oh, we got our ding. All right, let's go to our next question. Sound is, so what is sound? What is sound? Let's think about this. Well, sound can't be sounds because that doesn't make any sense, right? And sound and ears aren't the same thing. I know that sound can vibrate. I know that it can come in waves, and I know that it takes energy for sound. So I wonder which one of those is the best choice. Let's go back to our article and see what it says. This is telling me different examples of sound, and then it says, what is sound? So I think we need to check the next page to see for that answer. I go to my next page and I look up at the top. Here's my paragraph. And the first sentence in this paragraph says, sound is a type of energy. Oh, energy. I think that was one of my choices. Let me go to my questions. Energy. What do you guys think? Thumbs up if you think that's a good choice, or thumbs down if you think it's a different one. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up, so I'm thinking we're going to go with energy. And we got it right. All right, question number 3. Sound is made when an object, So what is an object? Oops, sorry. What is an object doing to make the sound? Well, I know my ears aren't doing anything. They listen to the sound, but they don't make an object make a sound, so that's not a good choice. An object isn't sounds because that's silly, right? That doesn't make any sense. So sound is made when an object waves or when it vibrates. So let's go back to our article and see. We know we learned in this paragraph about energy. Energy, we can't see it, we can't hear it. Oh, I see a sentence right here. Whoops. It says sound is made when an object vibrates, when it vibrates. I think that was one of my choices. I see it. Thumbs up if you think that's a good choice, or thumbs down if you think we need to go back in the story and look one more time. Thumbs up. All right. So I think vibrates is a very good choice. So we'll use that one. And let's check our last 2 questions, okay? Sound travels in, oh, I think you guys remember this one because we really liked this vocabulary word, if Miss Daly remembers. Sound travels in a wave. Very good. Thumbs up if you remember that waves are just like in the ocean, but we can't see them when they're traveling by sound. Great job. I'm so glad you guys remembered that. So sound travels in waves. All right, our last sentence, I'm going to zoom in a little bit because the words are a little bit smaller. Okay. When, number 5, we hear when sound waves travel to our, so I think this is telling me, what do we use to hear sound waves? What part of our body do we use to hear things? So let me see you point to the part of your body that you use to hear noises. Which one do you use for your sense of hearing? Yeah, I hear lots of people pointing to their ears. Very good. Well, I don't hear that. I see that. Sorry. I see lots of people pointing to their ears. So we know that it's a part of the body. So let's look at our choices and see if you see a part of your body. And most of you already told me it's your ears. So let's look. Energy, that doesn't make any sense. We can't see energy, and energy is not really a part of our body that we could use. Vibrates, well, we can vibrate with our body, but we can't really use that to hear the sound. It doesn't make sense for sound to hear sounds. And here is the picture of our ears, which is what we all said was the choice. All right, boys and girls, you did a beautiful job with that today. So I will post this video and the math video for you guys to watch. Tomorrow we will do our nonfiction article, the second one from March. And on Friday, Ms. Daly will post a science experiment and a social studies lesson. So if your moms and dads want to do the science experiment with you, I will post the ingredients for that on Class Dojo today as well. See you guys later. Bye.